calling Pinhead.
And welcome to Talking Pinheads, where we talk about whatever the hell we want. And today is the glorious, wonderful, amazing day of the birth of the United States of America. So to all of you out there who are watching, I salute you. And with me now is the amazing, the wonderful, and another fellow person who loves this country, the great one and only True Dat Games.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Jet's channel, and don't mind me just taking a sip on my beer first.
So how are you, Drew?
Well, first, happy birthday to our country, and thank you to the members of my family who fought for the birth of this nation on my mom's side of the family.
Right.
As I'm a descendant of soldiers who actually were on the ground as foot soldiers in the American Revolution.
Excellent.
Yes. So when I say patriotism runs in my blood, or it's in my veins, I ain't beeping kidding.
Huh. And that's always a good thing, because the same thing goes. My grandfather also served in the Air Force. I mean, he didn't fly, but again, it was kind of not unheard of to see many, colored pilots in the military back then. And other than the legendary Tuskegee Airmen, but my grandfather still served with honors with his country. I even still call him Sarge from time to time. So Granddad, this is for you. And that's just how it is. But we are here just to talk. And I mean, like I said, anyone who's watching, the link is right there. And let me see if I can put the link out again. Copy.
And I have your stream pulled up on my PS4 on the YouTube app on this other screen, so I can see that too.
All right. So anybody who's watching, come on in.
Yep.
Talk and hang out. So yes, the whole thing about the funny thing, how a small colony of 13 separate colonies,
And
ultimately.
And a fun fact, and I probably shouldn't say this on YouTube, but I'm going to anyway. I was born in the state that became the 14th colony, Vermont.
Oh, okay, all right. And that's the whole thing, though. Basically, when you look at the East Coast of the United States, you see the foundations of everything our nation was built on: Charleston, Philadelphia, Boston, and of course Washington, D.C. But still, I've always wondered what would it have been like if Philadelphia was still meant to be the original capital. Yeah, the original capital. Yeah. What do you think that would have been like?
Well, I don't know how the meaning of City of Brotherly Love would have meant in the nation's capital at that point today.
Yeah, we all know. It's all because I mean, Philadelphia is known for giving us Will Smith, who pretty much now is like a national pariah at this point.
And they've also given us Eagles fans on draft day.
Oh, right.
Booing the hell out of even their own players getting drafted.
Wow.
Case in point, when they drafted Donovan McNabb, he got booed out of the building, and he was their best quarterback that they probably ever had.
Wow.
When he got drafted in New York by the Eagles.
And the same thing goes. Another great thing about it, and I really would love to see it myself, is Independence Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And that's mostly what I would say, though. But the same thing about Boston. There's so many other. Hey Bears, how are you? Good friend Bear 64 joins us, who is to everyone knowing, he is from the glorious mad place that is known as Florida, aka one of the first original colonies.
We'll drive safe then, Bears.
Okay, yeah, he's on the way. He's on the way home.
Yeah.
He might be joining us soon. And just to make sure everything goes smoothly, I need to send him the link.
Happy 4th to you too, Bears. Or happy second. I'm looking at the wrong camera again. I have too many cameras in my house.
Yeah, another weird thing is like it's always weird when like something like 4th of July lands on like a Monday. But hey, at least you get an extra week off. At least you get an extra day off. At least I hope.
Well, in my case, I'm usually not scheduled Mondays lately, so.
Oh wait, no, that's wrong. It's wrong. It's all right.
And I'm usually, well, I'm not available on Sundays, so to work at the store. So
Okay. Oh no, what the? Darn it. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing, but I guess I'm just kind of. No. It's not. It's not right.
so like Paul Heyman, we're shooting from the hip.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
Except for we're not sure if the gun is in the holster or not.
Yeah. That's the whole thing, though. But again, we already know one thing. That is, but just don't say that to freaking eyeballin. Ooh, too soon.
Have a safe work day on the 4th, then, Bears.
All right. Okay, okay, Bears. Okay. Let me just put the subject in. And but but I want to ask you another question. Speaking of guns, I know we're gonna immediately get demonetized for this, but oh wait, forgot. I'm not monetized, so I can say where the heck I want.
Neither am I, and I don't give a bleep.
Yeah. Okay, so Bears, once you get in the link's already sent out for you.
So you want to ask about guns? Fire away.
Yeah. Yes, I know one thing. Bears also loves puns. He loves puns way too much. But yeah,
So do I, and I love dad jokes too. So
the first I'll tell you, at first the first gun I finally ever got to fire off was I basically almost like last year. It was a Beretta 9mm. So yeah, I mean, at first I felt a little uneasy firing it, but eventually I got the hang of it, and I felt like, wow, it feels like I'm kind of looking down the scope in a video game. I know that's why ADSing is like supposed to count for realism, but again, you can't still gotta take the issue of recoil and whatnot, and how loud these guns are.
assuming you're playing PlayStation VR for said shooter.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't. Yeah, again, I don't understand. I really don't think the only VR game I'd ever want to play is Beat Saber, and that's about it.
I have no interest in any of that. First of all, I don't have money for a fucking thing. Considering that I've already shelled out for a Series X, PS4 Pro, Xbox One X, a Series S is back there, and I got a ton of other fucking systems all around the house.
Nice.
Yeah.
The only system I still wish I wish I would still had an original Xbox. I have a 360 just sitting there collecting dust in my living room. I have both my PS4 and Xbox One S sitting right by here. If I can rotate it right there and turn it down a few degrees. Yep, right there. There it is.
Yep.
So that's pretty much it. But Drew, what kind of guns have you fired off?
Nerf dart guns.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Oh, okay. Nothing real.
Yeah, nothing real, nothing that'll kill you unless unless I hit you directly in the eye with a Nerf dart.
I know one thing. Yeah, I think I made a joke about one of the things from like I think like cousin was gifted a Nerf gun for Christmas last year, and of course, we started setting up little targets and started just firing off with them. We even lost a couple of them already.
Actually, I should correct myself. A Nerf dart gun is only deadly if you're shooting an SJW in the eye with it.
Oh man, that's good. That's good.
I couldn't help it. As soon as it popped in my head, I'm like, I gotta say this, given present company.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, yeah, we already know these people don't like anything because they'll gladly because they're the type of people who gladly surrender their freedom to anybody. I mean, heck, I even still think about the idea. I know I talked about this a little bit with Christine on the last couple of Talking Pinheads. Is that if we ever get invaded by a foreign power, say the government that's controlled by Xi Jinping, if that happens, I got a feeling California will just immediately surrender. That is of course if they also manage to somehow secede from the Union.
If an earthquake hasn't knocked them off the country yet.
Yes, I still think the idea that when the big one hits, California is gonna sink into the ocean.
Thank God Gary's in Texas now.
Yeah, I mean,
and Ryan Kindle's in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, again, you gotta really give people credit who live in those states. But I'm born in the beautiful volunteer state. Literally, if anything goes wrong, you automatically know the great people of Tennessee will always be ready to help. Whether it's a hurricane, earthquake, everyone's gonna be set and ready to move out.
A fun fact about the state I currently live in, Minnesota, we actually supplied the most troops for the American Civil War.
That's interesting.
Yeah. We sent the most people to support fighting for the Union.
Yeah. And once again, it's ironic. I live in a state that should really be red, but again, Illinois is the home state of arguably one of the greatest presidents of the United States, aka good old Abraham Lincoln. If it wasn't for him,
I thought you were joking. Let's say Barack Obama.
No, no, not even close. Yeah. Sure. He's historic for like the most glaringly obvious reason, but other than that, there's nothing really much else to really talk about with Obama.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, he did one good thing. He's the one that actually got some intel and took out the man who was basically the mastermind of the 9/11 attacks. But other than that, there was really not much to write home about Obama. And
it took like a decade to do it, but still.
Yeah, it did. But still, if it wasn't for Lincoln, if he didn't help lead the Union troops, the United States would have been two separate nations right now. It still would be to this day.
Yeah, and the leader of Geeks and Gamers would be living in a slave state.
Essentially, but the thing is, really the whole point about it was with innovation. Actually, you wouldn't need besides if you got actual like manual labor people doing that kind of stuff, doing stuff like that. It's gonna cost money. You gotta house them. You gotta feed them. It's like you expect them to do all that work, and they don't have the energy to do all that. Yeah. It's pointless. Because I mean, really, I think some people I think there was like a thing if it still existed. I think eventually probably may have been eventually phased out. Maybe I don't really know, but I don't think we probably still wouldn't have also got. But I don't think anyone still would have gotten any civil rights. So thank you, Dr. King, for the amazing
speech and everything that he did for
all
people.
Yes, he didn't. Yeah, again, and that's the reason why that man is someone whose words I live by every damn day of my life.
Yeah, and then some on the left are going to say he did things only for people of color. No, did you listen to him talk? Did you listen to his fucking words?
Yeah, but again, these people just like any sound argument is like white noise to these people. But
what white noise?
Yeah, I know. I made a fun there. It's like it's basically all that. But I know we have it, but we also know that we have so much in this country to be thankful for because I'm gonna show you something I found on Twitter. I mean, I'm not sure if I still have it there, but let me see if I can find it. I think I did retweet this, but let me see if I can find it. All right, just trying to find. Where is here it is. Here it is. Okay. Stop sharing and share screen. All right. Just feast your eyes on the literal stupidity you see in front of you.
You have more rights in Russia, China, and North Korea.
Yes.
On what planet? It ain't Earth, or at least I think I'm still on planet Earth. I hope I'm still on planet Earth.
I think this chick might be from the mirror dimension. She even looks like she doesn't know what planet she's on. And even then, my reply was this. So yeah, just like
What
come on.
level are you? Pinhead.
No. If you're a
No.
pinhead, no. I'd say there's like maybe at least four levels. You have dumb, idiot. A pinhead is like no, pinhead is like number 2. Dumb, pinhead, idiot,
So
brain dead, stupid.
so this is like the five levels of fat from Gabriel Iglesias. This is the 5 levels of stupid.
Yeah, essentially.
I
But I mean, come
like
on.
it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like, come on, guys. Do you like seriously? Has she not seen any like what they're? You've seen what they're doing? What they do to all the Uyghurs in like Western China, or literally what's happening in North Korea almost every freaking day. That so many people are like you want to know how many people actually defect to the North?
And
2 people
and what
defect.
Russia has done to the people of Ukraine?
Yes, like come on. Again, once again, anyone who's watching, we live in a great nation, and this is the reason why we should never we see what happens there, and we live in America. Sure, we may live far away from it, but it reminds us that not everyone has to suffer. Here, you can always make it. Here you can make something of yourself. You just got to work hard to get there, always, no matter what.
And sometimes the system will not let
Yeah,
that happen, but
yeah,
still.
it can be rigged it is sometimes rigged against you, but the
Shout out
thing
to
is
Tom McDonald for his song "The System."
wait, say again?
Shout out to Tom McDonald for his music video and a song he made recently called "The System."
Oh, okay. But yeah, our nation is a lot better because at least in the US, I know there are some people who are wrongly accused, but and that's what that's often why it's often a worse problem because we have problems with our justice system because it is always rigged against some people because now it's always like now we don't have any like due process or evidence. At least I know one thing. It's kind of crazy. The Depp trial went through 6 weeks of deliberation to prove everything wrong, to prove everything about Amber Heard was right, that she's the abusive one and whatnot. But I still will gladly always look up and salute that flag because I know what it stands for, and all the men and women even today who are fighting to make sure that it shall not perish from the earth.
To prove that Amber Heard was right?
I'm sorry. No. Everything about her, or at least what Johnny Depp was saying. Again, the whole
was right. Okay, yeah, because
everything
it
about
sounded
her.
like you were saying the other
No,
way.
I don't like the chick took a deuce on the guy's bed.
Yeah, she did.
That's not a level of psychosis. I don't know what is.
Sometimes I hear things that I didn't actually get said. Like case in point, my brother and I were having a conversation the other night, and a similar thing happened. I thought he said don't when he was talking about something, but he said do. I'm like, wait, they don't? And I don't remember what was said, but he's like, no, I said the other way.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes, we kind of. I'd say, we just kind of fumble our words a little bit when this kind of stuff, when we're trying to talk and it happens.
And some people fumble their hearing.
Yes, a lot of time we
Like
often
me.
do hear it, and yours truly here sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But we still have it though. But it's just like, man, some people. It just really shows you some people really just don't value their freedom. If you were in the middle of a war, like imagine if you were in the middle of a war zone, you probably be losing your crap immediately. You'd be rough. It's all fight or flight instinct. But since we don't have to deal with that kind of stuff, we don't really see about it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it often makes you wonder in like life or death situations, even in like horror movies. Like, I sometimes often wonder in like a thought experiment, like a little crazy thought experiment, is how would someone actually react if they actually were in a situation where they're actually confronted with it, where they have to either leave someone behind and save their own skin or just try to save them. The whole issue of morality, and does someone actually does the person actually care about you like they say they do? Sometimes I'm always not too sure about that. I know it's just like sometimes I think I'm looking at it from like a glass half empty perspective in a way. But sometimes that's just how you sometimes I view the world in a more analytical sense.
Mm-hmm.
Now, another thing though, I'm not sure how well more it's doing, but I'm pretty sure we all know Top Gun is still probably killing at the box office most likely.
I'm looking forward to when the Blu-ray comes out because I'm going to pick that up and watch it finally.
Exactly.
Which reminds me, I still have to watch the Blu-ray of the previous. That's sitting right behind me.
Oh yeah, I know. The original film is on Paramount Plus.
Yeah. I remember watching the original when it was on TV when I was a kid. I didn't know what I was watching at the time with my dad, but he loved it. So I'm like, I like this movie. I don't know what it is, but I like it because Dad likes it. And then about several years later, as I got older, I'm like, oh, Top Gun. What's Top Gun? Oh, I remember watching that. I don't remember what happened in it, but I remember liking it.
Yeah, and I know one thing though. I think Bears honestly didn't really care too much for Top Gun himself because he didn't really care that Goose got killed. But it's kind of ironic. It's the reason why we say stuff like when you goose somebody in Titanfall, like when they eject and you actually manage to snipe them out of the air.
Getting goosed. There's also another definition of getting goosed. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and that is. All right, but still, Top Gun was amazing, and even then, the character who plays his son in the movie Rooster, literally, Miles Teller is literally the spitting image of what the actor is supposed to look like, or the actor's father is supposed to look like. They even do acknowledge that, yeah, he looks exactly alike. Okay, Let me see it. Just look at it. Goose and rooster.
Last I was aware, Top Gun Maverick made over $1 billion at box office. I think that was the number, right?
Yeah.
Because I think Odin's movie blog and Gary was talking about it, as well as Ryan and Jeremy as well.
Yeah. It is absolutely amazing. Just like again, it really kind of shows the attention to detail you see with these two. Let me just bring it up. If I can share screen. Yeah, just look at that. Just again, literal dead ringer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even then, even other actors, like there was one scene that was reenacted from Terminator 2 with Arnold Schwarzenegger's love child. Let me bring that up. Yeah, Joseph Benia. Let me see. That's this is the kid's name. All right, let me share that too. All right.
Can't let you take a man's will, son. Let's get off or I have to put you down.
Even the cold stare.
And this is his biological son.
The love child he had with his maid. The good old Smith and Wesson. Ken. That really kind of shows. Arnie's got some damn good genes.
Yours and yours alone. I'm here to tell you, honey, that I'm
I wasn't aware that happened that long ago.
Yeah, I'm surprised
that he's
too.
old enough to look that age.
He's old. Yeah, he's old. He's old enough to he could take over the Terminator franchise for all we know. But again, I know he's a kid who probably doesn't want to go into acting or anything. But it is shown that Arnie and him are pretty close.
And hail back to you, the Wolf Breaker.
Yeah, Wolf Breaker, you want to come in? It's open. But yeah, the whole thing is though, yeah, it's kind of crazy how you can always have if somebody, especially if you're going for attention to detail, it really shows well enough that even like I just show with Rooster, it's amazingly well done.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, even Tom Cruise even said this is entirely for the fans. Because compared to what we've been getting in Hollywood, it's just like there's nothing that compares to this because people just want a good, feel-good, action-packed movie. And since I'm an aviation nut, I even loved it even more. I saw it pretty much 4 times as it is.
I've been watching a lot of videos about shipwrecks lately.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Still, Another thing that happened, yeah. Yeah, what was like the whole thing that went into the making of Titanic with everything that of course James Cameron actually was really into that deep sea stuff, like deep sea diving and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. All I remember is when it came out, I was like in 6th grade, and all the girls in our middle school here in Minnesota were like all gaga over what the fuck is his name now?
Leo DiCaprio.
Yeah, him. And
Yeah.
and me and my friends were like, okay, great.
Yeah, it's like, okay, women can swoon over somebody all they want, but when we start talking about like women who are attractive, like nowadays, like it's like these women, like if these women feel like they're so inclined, why don't you just take a bat and just whack us in the balls if you're so inclined about it to get us to shut up? But I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
I got a few baseball bats by my front door.
Oh man.
I don't own a gun, but I own baseball bats.
Yeah, if you don't have that, you always got that.
And I grew up playing baseball, so it's kind of handy.
What the thing is still, what do you think is still the whole thing about the whole problem, the whole idea of possibly Texas wanting to secede from the union? What are your thoughts on it?
Other than the incompetence of the federal government?
Yeah. I don't really think there is much to talk about, but I mean, it is justified. But of course,
Except for Texas has been talking about it for what, my whole life?
Yeah, they've been talking about secession. Heck, they even tried to secede multiple times.
Yeah.
But that's the whole. And even then, even without the United States, Texas already has won a con. But even then, when Donnie got elected, we already know that that California said that they'd secede from the union, but that didn't happen. But that's the whole thing. I don't believe in the idea of secession. We just need some new people in Washington, and actually some people who actually care about the people and not just people who give them money.
I would say the same thing about some of the governors in states in the country too, that actually care about the people that live in said states.
Yeah, I know. I recently voted in like the small primaries, but it won't truly be determined until November, where it's only going to be down to 2 candidates.
And I'm going to be watching the news the whole time, much like in 2020, and Desert North Niagara are going to talk about it just like we did then.
Well, like I said, though, I know. I only just hope that, again, I know I watch stuff like Tim Pool, because really, I often think the idea there is probably, given all the stuff with like the bigger things I'm more worried about is like, inflation and whatnot.
And the economy in general, yeah. That's basically the biggest concern for voters going into this November anyway.
Into the midterms.
And then also the state of the schools for teaching or not indoctrinating or not indoctrinating kids, whatever.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, though. This is what our nation. We are a nation of states that are united. That's what we all should be. But I don't want the idea of a so-called peaceful divorce or anything. I don't even want a civil war. I don't want that. I just want people to come together as a nation, because there's a lot of things that are going on right now. We don't need to be especially right now, we don't need to be dealing with everyone else's problems. We shouldn't have been dealing with it. I mean, what happened in Afghanistan should have been a clear sign of that. And I mean, no disrespect to all those who fought long and hard, tooth and nail over there for years, only to say, only for our president to say, we're just pulling out. But it was a more disorderly evacuation. And there were many civilians that unfortunately perished in the mad scramble to get out.
If only his dad had pulled out.
Ooh, that's pretty harsh. I know, but again, it's kind of that weird.
But then again, the soldiers we lost in the pullout from all of that, those lost souls might agree with me at this point.
Yeah, and all the Afghan civilians that all unfortunately passed, even trying to hitch a ride on the planes to get out.
I saw that when that was happening too. Yeah, that was awful.
Yes, but our nation, we truly will stand. But I know one thing. I still often think, okay, Drew, what's your opinion? What's your opinion on the film Red Dawn?
Red Dawn. I have not heard of it.
Oh man, wow. It's a pretty good movie. I mean, it was made back in the 80s. I know there's two versions of it. There's one in 2012 where we're invaded by North Korea, but originally it was supposed to be China because they were originally that's the whole thing. But of course, Hollywood still wants to be in bed and get all the money they can and open it up to a large market.
Mm-hmm.
So they said, no, we can't. No, we can't do that. We can't do that. We got to change it to North Korea. Yes, the Hermit Kingdom that can barely feed its own soldiers. Yes, they are somehow able to invade the United States, but also, yeah, they kind of changed it up a little bit, and they say that, yeah, also Russia has decided to help them too. So, yeah.
The only film with red in it that I remember watching was The Hunt for Red October.
Oh yeah, oh yes, I know. My grandfather loves that movie. I've never seen it, but my grandfather has always been big into war films.
As was my father.
And even then, we see the thing like Save It Private Ryan. That is probably the most gruesome depiction of war we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen it, but I've seen snippets from it.
One thing I'm gonna look at here, but since we are gonna be on the topic of like firearms, or no, Barry, I'm gonna talk about something else that's a little more friendly because I'm not sure. I don't want to get like flagged or some zealous person is gonna say, yeah, we need to remove this person before he becomes too much of a threat.
I'm glad that Bears is giving us a step-by-step update on his adventures home.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, don't worry, Bear. It's cool. I went out and got some stuff. I even put it out on Twitter. I made taco salad, or I got like all the stuff ready to make it. I'm probably gonna eat after we're done with this. But just to remember, everyone, the link is right here. If you want to join in, come on in.
Mm-hmm.
Have a talk. Now, what else is there? What else is there to think about or talk?
I doubt that you would want to get into Roe v. Wade.
Oh, I think I've made my opinions about that clear on Twitter already, but
I've made my opinions on that clear on Breaking Rocks on my channel, or on my second channel too.
Okay.
As long as I don't have to sing the blues to get out, I'm good.
Oh,
Bears.
yeah. Again, this guy's awesome. But I know the thing is, Bears. Like I said, though, I know I was playing Splitgate with him yesterday, but I know he and my friend, another friend of ours, they both have PlayStation 5s, which again, you guys are lucky you both have them, which I don't because I'm a broke dork.
Same here, but then again, I also wasted money on 2 next-gen Xboxes, so because you could actually buy them walking into a fucking store. Fuck you, Sony.
Yeah. You can, but you can't even find a damn PlayStation 5.
And if you can, places like Target will make you go online, compete with bots to order it to go pick up anyway.
Yeah, but that's the whole point, though.
And I've been saying at the retail store that I work at, can we kindly just treat these things like the Xboxes like we do, please, for God's sakes, because it's a poor look to our customers treating them this way. Just saying.
Okay, there's one little thing I'm trying to find here. Okay, best fighter aircraft. All right, here we go. There's something good. But I think the reason is I think people kind of pull out because when we start talking, this kind of stuff is like, yeah, we're all just kind of done here.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, I don't really. I'm trying to like find stuff to talk about, but again, I'm just like, I'm just trying to go. I'm really trying to go do this as I go.
Yeah. 10 best fighter aircraft. Okay.
We have compiled the world top 10 best fighter aircraft for you.
Well, okay, that's not very good. That's not a good one. Oh, you can always look at this one here.
Just ahead, the number one fighter as ranked by our criteria. An aircraft that proves the rule. If it looks right, it probably is. Plant. One 1600 horsepower Packard-built Merlin 61 piston engine.
I'm sorry about that. Just again, can't really.
Keeping with the theme of the United States of America, if you're feeling adventurous, I don't know if you're familiar with much of Tom McDonald's music. Are you?
No. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Oh, sorry. Just like.
He's got a song called America, which would fit well with the theme of celebrating the United States and its birthday. Just saying. On YouTube, on his channel.
All right. Okay. Did you put the link in the private chat?
I'm not good at putting links and shit, but I can try to bring it up on my thing and try to do a screen share if you want.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, let me go searching for this thing first. Just waiting for this ad to get done playing, then I'll
All right.
try to do this in a sec here. Crap. Wrong button. There we go. Okay, it's not letting me do shit here.
Damn StreamYard.
Okay. Well, if you want to go searching for Tom McDonald America,
Okay.
and he has his own YouTube channel, so you will know the official video when you see it.
Okay, but like I said, yeah, I don't. I really don't want. I really just hope I don't get flagged for.
If anything, you might get a copyright claim. If anything.
Yeah, and I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna. I really don't think I want to risk it all.
But then again, it's like 50% hit and miss. Sometimes you'll get copyright claim from watching one of his videos, like I do. Other times you won't, because like if you watch it when it's like brand new, you're more likely to get claimed. But if it's like an older video, not really. So it's always hit and miss with Tom's stuff.
Yeah. But one other thing I do mention, no, I think when I was playing like the Quarry, I think even though I put the streamer mode on, it still like says I got copyright claim because I think one of the songs that was in there is from Ariana Grande, so it was pretty much useless.
Yeah. But also, Tom McDonald is an independent artist. He does not have a label. So if you get a copyright claim and you reach out to him, he'll lift it.
Okay.
At that point too. So, but then again, the claims are mostly just because it's YouTube's draconian copyright flag shit too. So
Yeah, I see. Let's take a listen to this.
yep.
Lately, USA is getting scarier. Half of the Americans I see all hate America. They hate the cops doing their best to take care of us and kneel for the flag and salt the soldiers that we're burying. I'm tired of the pissing and complaining why you living in America if all you do is hate it. You think it's brave to take a stand against the nation? Real bravery is dying for the right so you can say it. Dear America, what happened to Americans? Apparently no one's aware or cares that it's embarrassing. It's arrogance. Our greatest enemy was always slavery and terrorists, and now it's people in the country trying to burn the heritage. I can't help it, I just seem to see the world different. It ain't Republicans or liberals, it's mental illness. The internet is only interested in left opinion. Cancel culture's got more power lately than the First Amendment. If you don't like it, leave. We will not defund police. We don't want no riots in our neighborhoods or in the streets. We respect freedom of speech. We protect what we believe. We don't want nobody dead, so please do not tread on me. In America, the freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you can say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you pack your bags. America. Does anybody know what the hell happened to the Patriots? Lately, this nation is so ashamed and hating itself. Did everyone forget that people died to pay for this? Ungratefulness, United States gave everything to you just to help. I just want to celebrate Thanksgiving with my family. I don't need your help to understand it was a tragedy. Can I just be thankful for my country eating happily without you trying to guilt me for the genocide and casualties? I can't help it, I just seem to see the world different. It ain't black or white, it's conflict designed by the system. I don't need your pronouns, all I see is men and women. Kids are taking pills for fun while people can't afford prescriptions. If you don't like it, go. Hate it, then don't call it home. We don't need no violence, got no time for all you radicals. Screw your status quo, we're not animals. I won't kneel for the anthem, cause the flag is what I'm standing for. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you can say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you pack your bags. America. You can hate the government and still love the country. The fundamental values of America are country. Republicans and liberals are dumb, to put it bluntly. They're labels that they use to create chaos and corruption. You can know the history and still be proud of where you're from. Every flag around the world is covered in a little blood. We started out United States divided is what we've become. If only for the heart is you should show America some love. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you can say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you pack your bags. America.
Okay. That
Your thoughts?
that bit. Yeah, that really does because that is kind of true. Republicans and Democrats. I literally even said this. You're red. Everyone. There's usually they're gonna be sleeping monkeys. If they're blue, they're gonna be screeching monkeys. So nothing really ever gets done. It's all really just bureaucracy, is what it is.
Like I said when I started, Hangover Gang.
Exactly.
And speaking of which, there's like a shit ton of his albums that I have, so.
Fanboy in the house.
Not so much a fanboy as I dig what he's putting out, and as long as he keeps to what he's doing and not actually bending a knee like he keeps preaching in all of his music, I'm in. My fandom has a price, and Tom continues to pay it. Just saying.
Oh yeah, I want to show another video. This is from a friend of mine who actually, again, anyone who's watching, please go subscribe to this guy. He's amazing, and believe me, he put something pretty epic from Splitgate out on here.
And also go sub to Tom McDonald, the video that you just saw.
Yeah. We're also plugging channels here too.
Yeah.
So anyone who's watching or like YouTube notices this. Yeah, we're actually doing community service for a lot of channels here.
Yep. Tom McDonald, Judd, myself, anyone who pops in, whatever we're about to see now.
Okay, yeah.
Killing spree. Double kill. Triple kill.
Yeah, I think it's a little. I can show it again. I know its quality was not very good, but again, it's got 1080p 60 FPS recording on PlayStation 5, and I think the. Now that weapon is powerful. The railgun.
Triple kill.
Well,
So
in any game that a railgun shows up is generally powerful, like in the Fallout series, even.
Definitely. So everyone watching, please go subscribe to my buddy Killzone. He is amazing. He's getting his channel off he's trying to get his channel off the ground. So everyone, please go subscribe. And also, if you want to, if you are looking for a great game to play, and you're tired of all the Call of Duties and Battlefields, play Splitgate. Trust me, it's a great game. And if you like classic Halo, and you also love the game Portal, it's perfect for you. That's pretty much how it goes.
Killzone just got a sub from me.
All right.
So up to 7 now. I remember when True Dat Games on YouTube was at 7 subs. That was in 2015.
Yeah, I remember back. I almost forgot how many subs I had. I almost think I didn't have any subscribers back then. Back in 2015, I think I only had like maybe 20 at most, like 20 subscribers, I think. But again, it steadily kept like going up and stuff. And I think when I started doing more things, it was helping me a little bit. And I mean, just being exposed and going on other like streams, like Jace Fox was one of the first people I actually ended up going on streams with. And then I met Phil, another great person, which I really think he should come in here too. He needs to get in here.
Yeah, I was thinking that earlier. Like, where's Philly Boy?
Yeah, you always keep saying, even though I put like the link out in the out on Twitter as well. I put the link out there.
And I also retweeted the stream too, so. Not that anyone notices when I do shit on Twitter outside of select people.
Yeah, same here. But at least we're just trying. We're trying our hardest, and I mean, again, it's just fun to just get stuff out there.
Yeah.
Now, infographic. Graphics.
Bless you.
Sorry. Now, I think that from this channel here, it's also another good thing. I don't know. I think I've also shown this to Christine, because considering she's also an American veteran.
It's the early 1980s, and over the sky of the American heartland, Soviet and Cuban paratroopers begin to fall from the sky. In minutes, thousands of communist invaders have gained a foothold in the very heart of America. With World War III in full swing, it's up to a band of plucky teenagers to fight a guerrilla war against the godless commies. If you grew up in the 80s or just plain don't have bad taste in movies, then you're well aware of the action hit Red Dawn, a film that portrays a Soviet invasion of the United States toward the end of the Cold War. No, we're not talking about the remake. We don't speak of the remake. But film aside, could it really happen? That question was asked by infographic show fan Blazik, who wanted to know if someone were to invade America, could the US pull all its forces home and hold out against a foreign invader? Despite what fiction like Red Dawn would have you believe, the United States was never in any danger of an invasion by the Soviet Union, mostly because the Russian people were about as interested in invading the US as Americans were in invading the Soviet Union. Of course, that didn't stop politicians and military officials on both sides using the fear of an evil capitalist or communist invasion from ballooning defense budgets. The saddest fact of the Cold War just might be that despite all the preparations to defend from an invasion by both sides, neither NATO nor the Soviet bloc ever had a single war plan drawn up for an actual preemptive invasion of the other's territory. But another major reason why the US was never under any threat of an invasion is due to its unique place in the world geography. In order for an enemy to get to America, first it must cross two massive oceans. And this geographic fact makes the United States the single most secure nation on Earth. Even today, moving troops and equipment across the oceans is a massive undertaking in terms of both logistics and cost, and very few nations are even capable of attempting the feat. But let's say that the two leading peer competitors to the US decided to join forces and team up against the United States. With all troops returned home from overseas, could the US defend itself against a double-sided assault against it by China and Russia? First, the two-power alliance would have to decide on where to strike. For an invasion to be successful, both nations would have to land troops as quickly as possible, and that would require the use of a working seaport. These ports would require good rail and road infrastructure and must have deep water anchorages so that large cargo ships could dock and disgorge troops and heavy equipment. The need to take and hold major seaports is critical, as aside from a few token forces with a small number of fire support platforms, amphibious landings alone wouldn't be able to deliver firepower fast enough to secure a beachhead. In Normandy during World War II, the success of the landings was largely down to a brilliant deception played out by the Allies, which saw the Nazis concentrate their forces at the wrong landing site. And even when the real landings happened 100 miles away, Nazi commanders were so fooled by Allied intelligence that they ordered their forces to hold their positions, believing that the real assault was coming their way any day. The ruse, combined with some whopping tactical blunders by Hitler, allowed the Allies to quickly build a makeshift port facility which let Allied armor and artillery disembark. Had Hitler allowed his commanders to commit panzer reinforcements to the landings, Normandy would have likely ended as a complete catastrophe for the Allies. By the time he cleared reserve panzer units for the assault on the beachheads, Allied logistical units had already disembarked enough tanks to repel the assault. In an invasion of the US homeland, such a ruse would be impossible to pull off. Long-range and satellite surveillance assets would see an invasion fleet days before it made landfall, and its target would be clearly known to the American defenders. Therefore, China and Russia would have to act quickly and decisively, taking major seaports and holding them long enough to disembark a sizable expeditionary force able to repel American counterassaults. For China, the only good options for unloading main battle tanks and mechanized artillery would be the ports in LA, Long Beach, Oakland, Tacoma, and Seattle. The LA Long Beach complex would be especially attractive as it's one of the world's largest ports and would allow Chinese forces to disembark very quickly.
Oops, sorry, wrong. I was on the wrong tab here. I was trying to something else.
Enough to disembark a sizable expeditionary force able to repel American counterassaults. For China, the only good options for unloading main battle tanks and mechanized artillery would be the ports in LA, Long Beach, Oakland, Tacoma, and Seattle. The LA Long Beach complex would be especially attractive as it's one of the world's largest ports and would allow Chinese forces to disembark very quickly. Unfortunately, these port facilities are also very close to several American air and naval bases, making them easily defended. The Seattle and Tacoma ports, however, are far more vulnerable, as only 5 major American bases are near these facilities. Landing in Washington, though, would mean Chinese forces would have to fight south and into California through easily defended and very mountainous terrain, a tactical nightmare for any Chinese commander. Russian invaders would face an even less enviable job. The American East Coast is home to far more numerous large port facilities, giving the Russian invasion force a greater number of targets to pick from. Unfortunately, the American East Coast is also the most heavily defended, with several dozen major military installations spread out from north to south. The East Coast is also home to America's largest military shipyards, which would be so heavily protected it would be suicidal to attempt a landing or assault against them. Russia's best bet would be to attempt a landing in Mobile, Alabama or Houston, Texas. This, however, would mean Russian forces would have to spend more time out at sea and move into the Gulf of Mexico, where they would be surrounded on all sides but the south by major American air bases. For both our challengers, the tactical picture is not looking very good, as the United States simply has no viable landing sites for a major expeditionary force that couldn't be easily defended. China and Russia could opt to coerce or bribe Mexico or Canada into allowing them to land at their facilities and launch an invasion into the US itself. This would be by far the best strategic option for the invasion forces, but in response to the agreement between either nation and the Sino-Russian alliance, the United States would immediately begin a large-scale bombing campaign against port facilities in Canada or Mexico, with every viable port being within easy reach of American bombers. Even before the invasion force crossed the ocean, they would be sailing for ports that have been turned into rubble. Assuming that the US didn't use naval aviation, which it definitely would, the invaders could opt for using ports in South America, well out of reach of most American bombers, and then simply move north to invade through Mexico. Moving through South America's poor rail and road infrastructure, though, would be a nightmare for the invaders, allowing plenty of time for the US to simply move blocking forces through Mexico to Panama and then hold off the invasion there. If, miraculously, though the alliance did manage to land forces in Canada or Mexico, it would face a different tactical nightmare altogether. In Canada, the lack of suitable border crossings would force the invaders to spread out over a large area, or bottleneck and be subjected to endless attacks by American air power. In Mexico, military border crossings would be possible over a far larger area, but enemy forces would be moving through terrain that provided absolutely no cover. American air power would once more devastate any invaders trying to move through the flat terrain of the US-Mexico border. Geography alone provides the United States with near invulnerability from enemy invasion, but the logistics of the world's militaries proves why the US simply cannot be invaded. An invasion of the American homeland would rely on naval power to get the job done. And right off the bat, no nation on Earth, nor any combination of nations, has the firepower and logistical support needed to carry out such an invasion. The matter is one of historical necessity for the world. Ever since the end of the Second World War, all of the world's major powers have had no need to project military power far from their own shores, except for the United States. The Soviet Union was chiefly concerned with securing its European borders, and in the case of a Third World War, its most vital strategic objectives could all be reached over land. The vitally important oil fields of the Middle East could all be taken via land routes through Afghanistan and Iran, and no navy was needed to hold off NATO forces in Europe. The same was true for Europe's NATO members. While once their mighty navies ruled the waves all over the world, their concerns in the 20th century quickly became resisting a possible Soviet invasion, and for that, no major naval power was needed. In the Atlantic, the Soviets hoped to slow the American response with the use of submarines, but ultimately knew that they could never stop the US Navy and thus never seriously tried. On the other side of the world, China struggles to turn itself into a first world power, and other than resentment towards Japan over its actions in World War II, China has had no real motivations to build a strong navy, at least until now. Much like the Soviet Union and Europe's NATO partners, though, China definitely had no real reason to build a heavy sea lift capability in order to move thousands of troops and heavy equipment across the ocean. On the other hand, the United States is both blessed and cursed by geography. While it's untouchable to invasion thanks to the Atlantic and the Pacific, it also means that in order to project power on the world stage, America has always needed a strong navy. This is the reason that the US has always had a very strong naval tradition, and why it has invested in naval and air transport more than any other nation on Earth. If US troops want to get somewhere, after all, they're certainly not walking there. To even get forces into the US, any invading army is going to need some serious sea lift capability, and no force on Earth comes even close to the US's 125-vessel Military Sea Lift Command, which operates a vast fleet of oilers, tankers, and heavy cargo transports. Yet, even this fleet is not enough, according to some analysts, and plans are being called for that include dramatically increasing the capability of the US's military transport fleets. China has in recent years expanded its landing ship capabilities, with several dozen available to carry troops and heavy equipment. These ships, though, are not meant for global operations and are only designed for cross-strait invasions into Taiwan or to ferry supplies to China's illegal holdings in the artificial islands it built across the South China Sea. A crippling lack of support vessels such as oilers means that China cannot physically get its landing ships across the Pacific, though even if this problem were to be solved, the nation cannot hope to make a contested landing on foreign soil. Again, this is because of China's lack of need for a global expeditionary military force.
Sorry, they're messaging
China's
me.
chief military concerns lie with
Yes,
a
sir.
military invasion and forced repatriation of Taiwan, and thus it has not invested money into developing a true blue water navy. Russia has even less naval transport capability and support vessels, which again is a result of its military objectives being close to home. To compound the two nations' sea lift problems, both nations have no dedicated amphibious assault ships capable of providing close air support and air superiority to landing forces on a contested beach. By comparison, the US operates 9 of these specialized vehicles, and they will soon be equipped with the F-35 stealth fighter. Projecting air power is in fact the biggest weakness for any nation hoping to invade the US, and China and Russia combined only operate 2 active-duty aircraft carriers of extremely limited capabilities. Russia's infamous Admiral Kuznetsov very publicly had to be towed back to a friendly port after experiencing severe mechanical problems. Without adequate air power, neither nation could expect to secure a foothold on the U.S. mainland. America's air forces are twice as large as both nations combined, and its naval aviation alone is as large as Russia's total air power. If by some miracle either nation could get troops across the ocean to U.S. shores, the lack of air power would reduce the attempted landings to a suicide mission. In the end, not only could the U.S. protect from an invasion of the homeland, but it is currently and for the foreseeable future completely invulnerable to military invasion. Luckily, the US, China, and Russia have no desire to fight each other, and there exists no real reason to. Now that you've made it to the end of the video, why not keep learning about cool, awesome stuff? Click on this video here, or maybe click this one instead. Either way, we guarantee you'll be entertained. You just can't lose. And remember, if there's a topic you want to see us tackle here at the Infographics Show, then just go to the website linked on our...
So yeah.
When was that uploaded?
It's weird. They don't ever show you. They don't show the dates when these things were made anymore. They don't show you that. It's weird.
Well, a lot of stuff that I see on YouTube, they do show when it was uploaded.
Either that or I'm just not looking at it correctly. I don't know why. Or at least since this is an older computer I'm using, technically.
But yeah, usually right under the video, it'll say like a date or something.
Yeah, it should, but I don't know why it's not. It just shows the view count.
Yeah, because it would be nice to know the context of some of the stuff that was said in that video.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know why it's not showing.
However, I do have one comment about our soldiers walking on water. Well, they could if we could find a way to clone Jesus.
Yes, super soldier imbued with the power of Jesus.
Clone God. Which also me back to one line from Jurassic Park. God kills dinosaurs. God creates man. Man kills God. Man recreates dinosaurs. And then women inherit the earth.
Oh, man. But yeah, it is true. I mean, again, Dr. Ian Malcolm, again, he's basically speaking the words of a prophet. Yeah, you guys always started thinking about stuff you could do. You never stopped to think that you should do it.
Yeah.
But of course, that's the whole point, though. They don't ever really want to think about that kind of stuff.
And then also laughed when they were bumping up and down on the roads in Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, that is true. That basically, yeah, we would have almost no. They have almost no cover because it's all just flat open plains. And again, I mean, sure, they could probably maybe coerce some cartels on their side, maybe, but again, we don't. Again, they just as much don't want other people interfering with their business. But I guess maybe if they can sell them like drugs, maybe.
And that also brings up another thought that was brought to my attention a long time ago. Look at all the wars in Europe that there's been throughout the entire existence of Europe. And look at how many wars there have been here in the Americas. Where the United States lives in the safest place in the world.
Exactly. But with that being said, we have a beautiful, amazing American Earth sign here with us. Bear 64.
America, fuck
yeah, coming again to say the motherfucking day, yeah,
motherfucking day.
Hello, Bear.
Yeah.
Hello.
Let's talk about.
Are you
that
Jewish?
Am I Jewish?
Jewish.
That's a perfect movie to talk about now.
Funny. She doesn't look Jewish.
If you want to think that, go for it, because my name is Drew.
Oh yeah, I saw your name. I immediately thought of that joke.
Well, thank you, because that's a good one.
Spaceballs, best comedy ever, or okay, one of the best comedies ever. There's a lot. When you go like to the older days, like Monty Python, and let's see, Hot Fuzz is a little bit more new. It's 2006.
Yeah.
Yeah, like dude, I've already watched Hot Fuzz like 5 times from Hulu since they put it on there.
Yeah.
But this is American stream right now. No Britishness.
I'll be back in a minute.
All right. But yeah, let's talk a little bit. That's perfect segue into this random segue. Yeah, let's talk.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you got to say about it, Bears? Now that you're here and just brought it up.
It's fucking hilarious.
Absolutely, yeah, I'd say so. The only thing I don't like is that one scene. Just like
The puppet sex?
Huh?
The puppet sex?
Yeah, I that's one I don't ever want to talk. I skip over that scene immediately.
It was really stupid and over the top. I laughed the whole time for me.
Yeah, but I mean, again, you make a joke about like the whole thing with that Kim Jong Un song, and of course we find out he's a freaking we find out he's an alien cockroach.
I absolutely love that part, and then shoot, I thought of one of the scenes that made Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Matt Damon.
Exactly.
What was it? FAG, the Film Actors Guild.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Again, you really got to give a lot more credit to Matt Stone and Trey Parker for eventually making that story. I think there's a dude. I think there's like a dude I've seen at my gym who looks exactly like Trey Parker. I think, or at least his younger self when he had that big fro of his. Yeah. It's kind of crazy, but yeah. Drew, what's your opinion on Team America?
Haven't seen it.
You never seen Team America?
Well, if we're talking about the Olympics, yes. If we're talking about this film, no.
Oh, I've never seen a single thing of Olympics my entire life.
Oh, excuse me.
Well, then we're on opposite sides of the same coin, of the same red, white, and blue coin. Then.
All right. Yeah. I mean, the only Olympics thing I've ever done was the Mario and Sonic Olympic Games. I'm like shaking the Wiimote. I'm playing video games. I'm not gonna lie, I hit the winter games pretty hard. Like I played the hockey game so much.
That reminds me of when the Wii was announced at E3. My younger brother, Desert Nord, and I were like, "This isn't fucking gaming."
It was funny as a kid. I was just so blind about the whole Wiimote gimmick until Skyward Sword, and after beating that game, I like started thinking, it's like, wow, you have to control your bird with motion control. So why would you need to do that? Why not just use buttons? Jet, you're still muted.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know I had to take a phone call really quickly. Yeah, you were talking a little bit about Wii, I know, since I was on the phone, but let's I'm gonna show you guys something really funny. But I know we can all do it.
You know what? Team America really predicted about celebrities.
Yeah.
Like how they pretend that they know about the world's problems, and then they give their 2 cents when no one really cares. And it's like, well, shit.
Yeah, like, okay, we seriously, yeah, try living out in pretty much the middle of nowhere, and see how well like life is better, how much life is different for you.
That's
I think-
Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford like lives far away on purpose.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I give him respect for that. Epic fails, we connect and PlayStation Move.
Yep.
I nearly actually almost broke my aunt's TV playing Wii bowling.
Oh man.
It
Yeah.
actually took the hit like a champ.
Yeah. This is like the future. Yeah, this is the future of gaming.
I remember dating a girl that this was her favorite game.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens. Yeah, we used for for the casual was always for.
It
like,
really was like Brawl, like Smash Bros. Brawl was really catered to the everybody crowd because that's why it was so much slower compared to Melee. And then,
yeah, this is. It's a good console. It's a good console if you like to Wii bowl.
I didn't even get the new Switch bowling. The audio was shit. It was a little behind.
Oh, sorry. Stream isn't diverse enough. What is this? What is this? Friday? Nice try. Oh, very funny.
Friday Night Tights, Geeks and Gamers thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for this is Saturday evening.
Saturday Talkin Pinheads.
Saturday evening Pinheads, yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing this guy. Yeah, they even got dressed up in tennis outfits.
The future of video games, everybody.
Yes. Watch this.
I like how later on Nintendo made motion controls more of an option rather than required.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scene might have been. Yeah, this might have been fake. Yeah, there's no way. It's a breakaway.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's fake. Her reaction is not genuine.
Here we go.
Yes. Yes. That was sweet.
No, I did the thing. What's up?
Okay, we gotta I have it.
Yeah, the double hander, yeah.
Look.
Come on. Okay.
Yeah, like this.
But you want to see how insane possibly someone could have gotten with Wii? Let me show you another video. Actually, there's another video. There's another part in this compilation that's so weird, but it's funny.
Oh my god, Mike. Robbie, just calm down.
Okay.
Are you all right?
Yes. This is true. This is truly something you say. It's all very calm. You say very calm when someone falls out a window.
So you can see right here, I'm getting ready to serve. All I do is throw that ball up in the air, and when and there goes the tennis racket. I didn't have it on there all the way. Make sure that your accessories are definitely latched on.
Infomercials.
I've actually gotten a strike in a completely different room. Like my folks asked me to go get something, and it was my turn.
Oh my god, no way.
I was gonna say when that guy was hunched over, it looks like he's taking a shit.
Oh, watch this. This one. What the hell is up with this one? What? What is that? Why?
No.
What the hell is going on with this?
That dog is trying to cheer him up, I guess.
Don't worry, Master. I'll make you happy.
What the hell? What the absolute hell? Oh my god! Yeah, yeah, this is weird.
Post. Fuck.
So that's what they mean by dogs are gay.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let me see. Game. Okay. Gamer gets trolled.
Someone posted on my Facebook the what was it, the ultimate rage, where the kid flops on his bed because his mother deleted his World of Warcraft.
Oh man, I remember seeing that.
It was
video.
just a picture of that room, and it says, you know.
Yeah. You know, my dad actually thinks that that the kid was possessed or something.
What?
A troll.
Well, again, he's a quote unquote born again type of person.
Like the one that lives under a bridge?
Shut
I have not seen a Smosh video.
Dude,
ever.
Jerry has got to go. Every time I want to use
Yeah. Back when YouTube was a much simpler place.
the TV, his stupid ass is playing Call of Duty.
Dude, I know. I thought this was going to be a temporary thing until he got a job.
We could always kill him.
No, he's my cousin. My mom would be pissed.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Oh, what if we troll him really, really hard until he never wants to play here again?
You're a genius. Let's go.
Sure, just let me finish getting dressed.
Oh. Right. I'll leave you to that.
Oh, bone your little stupid ass! Oh, boom, shakalaka! Hey, Jerry, that could be that job calling you back. Who cares? I'm collecting the unemployment money. Thank you, government, paying me to play Call of Duty.
Hey, Jerry, I think it might be that hot girl from class trying to call you.
Whatever. She was a 4 out of 10 at best. Oh, pwned again. Hey, your mom was supposed to be calling you today, right? F*** off, Mom, I'm pwning noobs! God damn it, you made me get killed, Mom! I hate you, and I wish you were never born!
Oh, dear.
Trolled!
Speaking of trolled,
This game
the
sucks.
stream's unavailable.
What?
Wait, what?
The stream is being blocked.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh man, what happened? Uh-oh.
That happened to Talk Nerdy recently too, with Stuff and Mara.
Oh.
When they were watching something on YouTube and stream suspended for policy violation.
Wait, our stream was? Oh man.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Well, I think I'm not sure about this. I don't really know because I don't know how all this YouTube stuff works. I'm just
what was
trying.
the reason?
I'm guessing from watching this because we were fine earlier before this video.
Everything still seems. Oh, yep, yeah. Stream suspended. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, stream unavailable. I just went into on my phone.
Yeah, I have it pulled up on my PlayStation.
Oh boy.
For policy violations. That's retarded.
Well, like I said, that happened to Talk Nerdy with Stuff and Mara. They were watching something on YouTube, and then this happened to them. Then they came back on in the same stream like a little while after.
Oh no. I think I can probably try to cut that segment out, maybe. Let's go back live. Okay, yeah, the stream's back. I can just probably cut.
There we are. I see it back up on my end too.
Yeah, let's not go there again. I mean, it's just fun to just sometimes sit back and just watch videos and react to them sometimes.
Yeah, but apparently Google doesn't like it.
Yeah, but that's the omnipresence of how dangerous it can be.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, maybe I think it might be a good time to actually, finally just like wind down a little bit, because I'm starting to get a little hungry myself. So, everyone, thank you all for watching and tuning in. Hope you all have an amazing 4th of July weekend, and we'll see you next time. And may God and the Force be with you always.
And God bless America.
Damn straight.
Don't